What's up everyone, Zero here. So I wanted to put together a quick guide for Last Epoch on how to skip the campaign with an alt and get all your passives and idle slots at the same time. So if this video helps you at all, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. So let's get into it. So you're going to start out in the Keeper's camp. You're going to speak to Keeper Lena. And then the first passive slot you're going to get is the Storeroom Saboteurs. You complete that quest, go back to the soldier, you get your first passive point. Continue on with the campaign as usual with the Keeper's Vault. That's going to give you a passive point. Back to the Keeper's camp. You're going to speak to Lena again. She's going to give you another passive point. Now you head over here to the Last Refuge outskirts, and you are going to get a quest called Evacuation. You're going to complete Evacuation. You're going to talk to Grund over here in the corner, hiding behind the boxes. Go back to the council chamber and speak to Elder Gaspar again. This is going to give you your idle slots. Now you continue on with the campaign. You're going to get another quest called Finding Pannion. And once you go back to Elder Gaspar after that, then you are going to get another passive point. You head up north and you go to the Last Refuge, and you're going to go ahead and complete this quest up here by killing these enemies, and that is going to give you another passive point. Continue on with the Last Refuge, and you are going to defeat the Elder Husk, go to the End of Time, and you are going to pick your mastery. Speak to Elder Gaspar at the End of Time, choose your mastery, and get another passive point. Now we're heading back to the council chambers. You want to pop over here to get this side quest at the Archivist. You're going to get the Lesser Refuge. Pop over here to the cultist camp, and you're going to talk to Hallandor. Continue on with the campaign. You're going to defeat the turrets, and you're going to talk to the last Imperial, and then you are going to get a quest called the Ancient Hunt. Now once you get to the Shattered Valley, you're going to want to head north. Once you head north, you are going to get the book at the very end, and that's going to give you 2 passive points. Back to the Shattered Valley, you're going to enter the Time Rift right here. Defeat the dragon at the end of the Time Rift, and then you are going to head down to the waypoint. The waypoint is going to ask you to travel back in the left corner. You can't really see it because I'm in the way, but in the left corner there is something that says travel back. You're going to hit that. Go back to the council chamber and complete the Ancient Hunt. You are going to get 2 more idle slots. Now here we want to go to the surface. This is going to be the way to get to the very first dungeon. So we'll go back to the surface, to the Lightless Arbor. Now here they've added a new mechanic with these portal charms. Now since I've already played a character up into the 90s, I have a few of them. So I will use the Lightless Arbor key with the portal charm, and I will go directly to the boss. Kill the boss, and then you're going to head up to the right after you kill him. Go to the Corrupted Lake, and that's going to give you a passive point. Also, once you get to the end of the Corrupted Lake, you are going to kill the enemy there. You're going to kill the boss there, and you're going to get a passive point and 3 idle slots. You're going to hit the waypoint at the Corrupted Lake, and it's going to ask you to travel back in time again. Same thing with that other rift. And now we are in the Imperial Era at the Risen Lake. So now what we want to do is we want to head to the left, and we want to make it to the Outcast Camp. Once we get to the Outcast Camp, we are going to speak to the NPC down to the right, Ancella. She's going to give us a quest called the Study in Time. We're going to go back to Imperial Wellrun, enter the Great College, and we are going to complete the Study in Time, go back to Ancella, and we are going to get another passive point. Now we want to go back to the Risen Lake, and we want to continue on to finish the quest, the Imperial Dreadnought, but on the way we want to grab this Felled Wood waypoint, because this is going to be halfway to the next dungeon. We want to be able to just teleport back to that. So we go back into the Risen Lake, and we want to go head on to the Imperial Dreadnought. Once we do that, we defeat the boss there, and we hop into the ocean. We end up on the beach here. This is going to give us 2 idle slots. Now we want to go back to the Imperial era to that Feldwood waypoint, because that is going to take us to the Soulfire dungeon. Once we do that, we use another key with a portal charm, defeat the boss in the Soulfire Bastion, and we want to talk to the Soul Gambler. That is going to open up a portal. Once we go into this portal, it's going to take us to the Divine era. Now we're going to go into the Colheim Pass. This is going to give us 2 passive points. Go back to Heaboria and we talk to the Medicine Man. This is going to give us our final quest, which is a Heaborean Cure. Go up to the 3 slots and get the different things that the quest asks for. And then once we do that, we go back to the Medicine Man, and then boom, you are done. You have all your passive points and all your idle slots. Now from here, you're going to want to have access to the Temporal dungeon. So what you will do is you will go to back to the Imperial era, go to the Shining Cove, and then you will get to the Oracle's abode. And then once you do that, you come back to the Shining Cove and you enter this time rift. And then that will take you over to the Ruined era, where you can get access to the Temporal Sanctum. And then once you do that, it's completely up to you if you want to continue on and finish the story or not. But since this is an alt, you don't really have to. You can just go on with your life and get into the Monolith and start blasting. So that's the way I do it. I will put a detailed list of how I do it in the description, just step by step, just in case you didn't want to go through the video. I know that it was a little bit choppy because I was watching a edited video of a run I did. So I hope that helped, and I hope it was easy to follow along with. If you guys found it useful, please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.
You